Also, Rulkin and a couple of our men are there in case things go south. In fact, you should be up ahead. Let's go meet him.
If there's any treasure involved, I call dibs.
General, good to see you.
Rulkin, what's the situation?
Well, the Imperium's there, along with 24 of his mercenaries. Here's what I suggest. You go on ahead and talk to the guy, and we keep an eye on you from a distance. We'll intervene at the first sign of things going south.
Good. Yes, that sounds like a plan. Stay alert, then.
Will do. Still no idea who that man is?
No. None.
Huh. Well then. Nihov, guide your sword, General. We'll keep an eye on you.
Wrong place.
Their crimes end here.
I could use some healing.
Your graves are calling.
Is that the best you can do?
All right, I'm going.
Just give the word.
Yes? They are fools to challenge us.
Fair enough. Let's do this.
What's this? Sure.
That way?
Interesting.
General Arab, how long has it been?
Guardians. Kieran?
Do you know him?
He served my unit back in Imperia. You're controlling the mercenaries?
I wouldn't be here otherwise, would I?
But that doesn't make any sense. You're...
Dead? No, General, I'm very much alive. Looks like you've done well for yourself since you came here, General of the Wolf Guard. What an honor.
What do you want from us?
From you? Nothing. I'm here for him.
Keep your hands where we can see them.
Oh my, so loyal. Are these your new subordinates? I bet they trust you.
Kieran.
You see, when I heard that Her Majesty called you back to Northander, I first thought it was because they had found out what you had done, and were finally gonna hang you for it. But no, of course not. Instead, she promotes you to General of the Wolf Guard. Might as well have spit on my mother's grave. She trusted you with her life. You know, we all did.
Kieran. I don't know how to say this, but I don't remember anything that happened that day. It's just gone.
How convenient. But even if that weren't a lie, what difference does it make? My home is gone. My comrades are dead. My mother is dead. And none of it would have happened if you hadn't gambled with our lives like we were just pieces on some fucking chessboard.
Look, I told you I don't remember.
And I don't buy it. You're a goddamn liar, as you've proven a million times over. Guardians! Did you really think you could get off so easily? Just walking away and telling everyone you don't remember? No, Arab. You'll pay for what you did. And that's why I'm here. You have two choices. Option 1, you come with me and no one else dies. Option 2, my men will set fire to this whole goddamn country.
What?
Fine. If this is what it takes to stop you, I'm coming with you.
What?
It's my life or the lives of those innocents his mercenaries are gonna kill, isn't it? I wouldn't be responsible for their deaths. Not again.
Well, what a surprise.
Forget it. Not while I'm breathing.
This isn't your call to make, Iria.
It is now.
Look at that, boys. We're in for some fun. Could use some healing.
Let me focus. Attack!
No. Why did you do that?
Wait, let me think. Because we bloody need you? Damn it, Eric, this isn't about you or your personal catharsis. How can you not see that?
Okay. Okay, you're right. I'm sorry, I just wasn't thinking straight.
Just never do something like that again.
Question is, what are we going to do about his mercenaries? If Kieran doesn't come back alive, they'll start raiding.
They won't be a problem.
Catrus?
That's my name.
She agreed to our terms, boss.
Marvelous. So, General, as it turns out, I know the leader of the mercenary group your friend hired. She and I are old acquaintances. I reached out to her right after Her Majesty told us about the threat and convinced her that the whole thing's a bloody stupid idea and offered to pay her double what your friend offered her. Guess what? She agreed. Those mercenaries your lovely friend here hired won't lift a finger.
So, Nortander's safe? They won't attack any villages?
That's right, everything's hunky-dory. Sir Catrus Vertath, at your service.
Good work, Catrus. Thank you.
My pleasure. Let's get back to Greykeep, shall we? The Queen will want to report.
Sure, boss. I'll join Ralkin and the others outside.
So, let's address the elephant in the room before we leave, shall we?
What do you mean?
Oh, come on, you know what I mean. That man said some pretty nasty things about you.
Look, I told you. I don't remember. Whatever happened that night, I don't know if I'm to blame for it or...
I don't think that's what he's trying to say. He means that we still have your back. Right, Catrus?
Right. And yeah, I know it sounds a tad cheesy, but you look like a sad puppy, so I thought we might as well say it.
That wasn't necessary, but thanks. I appreciate the notion.
Well, good then. Fair enough. Good chat. Now, shall we go back to Greykeep?
Make it good.
You were saying?
This way.
Kieran is dead. And with him, the last connection to the incident in Imperia. Still, you leave Windwall with a leaden feeling in your chest. 2 days later, you're back in Greykeep, reading over Sergeant Rolkin's most recent reports. 2 more Nortandian villages siphoned. A knock on the door pulls you from your thoughts. Rera. Have a second, General? You follow her.
Nothing new today. right. Time to report to Her Majesty.
Hey, need something?
How do you feel about us?
What are you trying to say? Is something bothering you?
No, I just wanted to know where we stand.
Well, I wasn't planning on making any dramatic scenes, if that's what you were afraid of. I'm glad things turned out the way they did between us. I hope you feel the same.
I do.
Glad we cleared that up.
I'll see you around, and, stay safe.
You too.
What is it? Out of the way.
So this man hired an army of mercenaries and sailed all the way over from Imperia just to take his revenge on you. That is absurd.
He lost someone and wanted what he thought was justice. Never underestimate the power of grief, Ambassador.
What matters more is that he did not seem to be aware of the influence he was under. Are you sure he was the soul you saw in the tapestry? He was one of the corrupted?
100%.
Just like Iskrim, right? He also had no idea he was contributing to Jakku.
Indeed. Well, I suppose we simply have to take your word for it, Skadar. The Empyrean man has been neutralized, and hence one more corrupted has been taken out of the equation. You did good work, General. The same applies to you, Katras Vertarth. It was wrong to act without our consent, but you saved a lot of lives.
Glad to be of service.
That only leaves us with the masked woman, doesn't it? We need to find the Temple of Light before they do.
Speaking of which, where's Sir Katras? Wasn't he here when the Conclave started?
Well, he was.
I'm right here, Your Majesty. May I present Gilbar Mercal, the archaeologist.
You found him?
In a brothel in Everlight, yes. A lovely chap, he really is.
It wasn't a brothel. It was a bathing house. Now, while I'm humbled to be here, will somebody please tell me what this is about? Why am I here?
You're here because Nortander needs your services. Tell us, Gilbert Mercal, what do you know about the Temple of Light?
The Temple of... Wait. Does that mean you believe me? You believe it exists?
We certainly do. And we have taken an interest in finding it.
Your Majesty, I don't know what to say. This is an honor. I've spent my entire life...
We know you have. And if your research proves to be helpful, I will see you get the recognition you deserve. Now tell us what you know. What is the Temple of Light? And where is it?
Well, where shall I start? First of all, you need to know that Io is a land full of ancient secrets and...
The short version, please.
Fine. You all know about the God of Light, at least since the Purity Wars. It's an interdimensional entity with hostile intentions. What you probably don't know is that Rondar Lacane wasn't the first person to try to bring it into our world. An ancient people did, too. They were the ones who constructed the original gate, a portal devised to let the God of Light into our world. And they kept it in their temple.
The Temple of Light.
Yes. I doubt that was the name these people used, but according to my research, it's somewhere between the Loranian swamplands and Windholm, above the border of the Howling Steppes.
The Aliani prophecy Jakku also mentions this gate. What makes it any different from the portal that Lycain tried to open in the Hall of Justice?
Well, I don't know about any Jakku, but Rondar Lycain created a tear, a fracture in the veil that seals itself with time. The gate, on the other hand, cannot be closed once it has been opened. If it helps, picture the tear as a needle-sized hole in a piece of fabric. The gate is the equivalent of ripping the fabric apart.
Before the Purity Wars, no one even knew the God of Light existed. How is that possible?
An excellent question. At first, I thought the records were simply lost to time. But the patterns were too strong to be ordinary coincidence. I think, at some point or another, every civilization purged the God of Light from their records. Perhaps they all concluded the knowledge was too dangerous.
Like the Hibernians in Old Hellu. They also knew about the God of Light, but wrote remarkably little about it.
They were one, yes.
An ancient people? Are you talking about the Shapers?
I know who the Xarlonthep are. And no, I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about a different culture. Well developed at their zenith, but small in number.
When was that?
Well, that's hard to say, really, as they left hardly any traces. The few I found suggest that they lived around the same time the Xarlonthep did, but died before these became a world empire.
I don't get it. I'm no archaeologist, but if this culture was as well developed as you said, how come they left no traces?
That's the conundrum I've been dealing with for a long time. My esteemed colleagues say it is because these people didn't exist. You don't even know what they called themselves, they say. I know they did, though. And the God of Light's existence stands testimony to that. There's one theory I have regarding their disappearance, but I have little evidence to support it.
Which is?
That someone tried to erase them from history. Someone covered their tracks.
So that's why the masked woman is looking for the temple. It's where the corrupted end Jakku, after all, by opening the gate.
With the energy of the Horde of Souls. Remember the Purity Wars? Lycain needed the magic of Tahar's mother to open the portal for the God of Light. And as she, the last Shaper, died, they needed another energy source. That's what they siphoned those souls for, to open the gate in the Temple of Light.
I don't follow. Horde of souls? Masked woman? You think somebody's actually trying to open the gate?
Sadly, we don't think, we know. Tell me, did someone break into your house last week? Ferreted through your desk, perchance?
You mean... Oh, Guardians, this is terrible. I don't know what to say.
Do you think they've located it already? Or are you missing, I don't know, a map or something?
Now that you mention it, yes. I've been wondering where that notebook went.
Then we have no time to lose. We will make for Windholm and...
Wait!
Kaiawu?
Sir Merkel, you are wrong. The temple isn't near the steps. It's in the steps. It's next to our village.
I'm sorry, boy. Who are you?
Those ancient people you were talking about, they are our ancestors. We were once 4 tribes, and the chieftains introduced Sheoldred as a god to worship. They wanted to open the gate, but a group of us rebelled and stopped them. They sealed off the temple, changed their ways, and became what we are today. Jakku isn't just a prophecy, it's a reminder of what once was.
Why on Io didn't you tell us? This could have changed everything.
Because it's the law. Never, under any circumstances, must the chieftain or his kin reveal the whereabouts of the temple. Never. You just don't understand, General. Every custom we have, every tradition we honor, every law that I am bound to, I broke them all. I have broken with everything I once deemed holy to help you. My father forgave it all. But had I told you about the temple, well, I would have been an Aliani no longer. I am an Aliani no longer.
You hoped we would find the temple on our own?
Yes. That way, I would not have become a traitor.
You knew this whole time and didn't say anything? Blazes, Kai, I trusted you.
I'm sorry. My people did wrong once. I'm trying to make sure we don't mess up again.
Where is the temple?
It's northwest of the village. Not far, but nowhere near the border with Lara, as Sir Merkel said. I can take you there.
Is that wise? The Dark Crescent might be waiting for us.
Very unlikely. If they only just stole Mercal's research, it will take them time to figure it out. We can move in and fortify our position at the village and temple. Then, when they appear, we strike.
And catch them red-handed, alongside the last corrupted. Smart.
General, you will go on ahead with the Wolf Guard. Secure the Aliani village first, then head to the temple. I will mobilize as many levies as I can, and then follow.
Okay, let's get to it.
You should. I want you to set out by the next morrow. In the meantime, prepare yourself and the Wolf Guard as well as you can. Everything depends on your success.
What do you need? What do we have here?
Want to trade? You know how to bargain, don't you? Armors and shields. Everything from copper daggers to moon silver swords. Come again. May Tiara bless your path.
Go ahead. Yes. Stay close. Over here. Interesting. What's this?
What do we... I can take care of that.
You'll find just what you need. Well bargained.
You're an adventurer, aren't you? Come, take a look. I'm sure I've got something that might spark your interest.
Interesting.
Yeah, you're an adventurer, aren't you? Come take a look. I'm sure I've got something that might spark your interest. Axes, daggers, swords,
Out of the way.
everything for the wary traveler. A fair offer.
What is it?
Get ready.
What a pleasant surprise.
Nowhere to run now.
Semi-focus!
Huh. Interesting.
Of course. To the grave.